So sit comfortably with your knees out wide. It could be Siddhasana with the heels of the feet stacked in front of each other, or Sukhasana with the legs stacked over the feet. Sukhasana. Whatever feels comfortable for you in this moment. Let's drop in. Let's arrive. Let's forget about all the noise for this 60 minutes, 1 hour flow, and just come inward. So if you can, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, maybe give them a roll up, back, and down. Let your hands just fall wherever they fall comfortably on your thighs. Tuck your chin a little to lift through the ear tips. Then begin to feel what's grounded beneath you. Feel your feet. I feel like the back of my calf. Feel your sitting bones. Begin to notice what's touching the earth. Begin to notice what might be hovering, and see if you can relax that part a little more. As we close our eyes, we tune inward. Have your palms facing down. Maybe have this grounded feeling, or have them facing up for a more uplifted, lighter feeling of receptivity, openness, or have them down, face down. Maybe you want to feel the palms touching something else. Feel some sense of security, some sense of groundedness. As we try to shut out the outer world and come inward, begin to really focus and bring attention to your breath. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose together. And then exhale, sigh out the mouth. Feeling the shoulder blades drip down the back. Maybe on a big inhale, you felt the shoulders lift a bit. And then just make sure you relax them back down. I'm so used to teaching earlier in like noon. So to me, it's noon time, it's lunchtime. This is the latest I've taught since we've been home. 4 o'clock. It's nice. It's a nice midday break. And then maybe you can wrap up whatever you're doing after this. But it's a nice pause in our, I'm sure, internally busy days. So my thing lately has been, my focus, my attention has been using the center as stability. You know, rather than moving through these poses and moving through the practice, really tone in, find that center, find that grounding, that foundation, and then find the stability with the arms, with the legs, with the limbs, instead of flailing and just kind of moving. Really do move with intention today. So we will focus a little on the core, definitely opening the chest. Let's gather our hands to heart center and start our practice off. Lift your heart, bow your head, relax the shoulders. Keeping your eyes closed, let's start together with the sound energy chanting of Om. This represents the impermanence in everything in life, in moments. Every moment is fresh, every moment is new. We've never lived this moment before. We use Om as a reminder that we've never been here before. We've not been here yet. Let's inhale together. Relax the hands by your side. You can have your palms facing up or down again. I know it can be so strange right now to Om in your own home, maybe with other people around, and trying to, be centered and focused, but it's all part of yoga. So with our legs crossed, we'll make sure your left heel is closest to the pelvic floor. We'll keep that right leg bent and bring the sole of the foot to the earth or the mat, and have the knee lifted to the sky. We'll anchor our right hand behind us. So we'll use that to lift our torso tall, and then bring the left arm out to the side like a T with the thumb up, and then just wrap it around that leg. We're going to start off with a gentle twist. So really anchor yourself with the left arm, or right arm, spread the collarbones, and then twist to your right. Again, gentle. We're just going to warm up the spine, low for a few seconds. Really lift with your inhales, and then exhales, twist a little deeper, sending the gaze over the right shoulder. Hugging that right knee in towards your torso. Stay twisted, and then tuck your chin and send your gaze over your left shoulder. So a little bit of a counter twist. Shoulders are going towards the right, face is going towards the left. Feel that stretch in the right neck, maybe right side of the neck. Maybe roll it a little back, tuck it a little in. Really pressing through the right fingertips to grow longer. And then we'll unwind completely. Keep the right arm behind you and bring the left arm behind you as well. We'll walk the right foot forward a few inches, and then use the right arm as if it's like a puppeteer with your hips, and lift up. So bringing the right arm by the ear, and we're opening up that chest really early, pressing into the right foot, rolling onto the left shin, reaching through the fingertips. Feel expansive, feel big, feel beautiful. We'll inhale. And then just lower the hips, lower the arm, and then we'll ground this right knee again. Bring that left hand beside you next to your thigh, and just sweep that right arm up and over. So the torso, the tricep is spinning towards the right ear, and the palm is facing the earth. Really lift up, pressing through the heart center, then feel the left ribs wrapping up and over. Maybe you send your gaze over that, past the right arm. Breathing here, breathing life into the ribs, the spaces between the ribs. And then we'll start to swivel the torso so that you're facing the floor. Grounding that right hand, walk that left hand out for a little stretch, and then we'll begin to walk the hands forward to the center so that we're folded over our legs. Breathe here, take a breath in, exhale, let it out. Then to walk your hands back in. We'll change the crossing of our legs so that the right heel is closest to the pelvic floor. And then we'll ground the right foot, bringing the left knee to the sky. Bring that right arm behind you to anchor your torso up. Bring the right hand out to a T, the right arm out, and then we'll wrap it around the leg for a twist, spreading the collarbones, and then sending your gaze over your left shoulder. Breathing here, just warming up the spine, hugging the knee in towards your torso, towards your body, finding this upper body twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And then begin to send your gaze over your right shoulder as you stay twisted. Tucking the chin into the chest. Looking over. Feeling the opposites of twists. Maybe you roll your neck out. And then we'll unwind, bring that right arm behind you, walk the left foot out a little bit, pour weight into the left foot, pour weight into the right hand, and then inhale again, lifting the hips up, lifting the left arm by the ear. Stretching this out, feeling the hips, reaching taller as you have sort of a back bend. Inhale once more. Then exhale, sit back down. Letting the left knee ground, bringing the right hand next to the right thigh and sweeping the left arm up and over. So the torso, or again, the tricep is wrapping into the ear and the left palm is facing the earth. Spinning the right ribs up and over. Really reach through those left fingertips. We'll slowly begin to spin, facing the ground, walking the hands out towards the right side. Breathe here for a second. And then we'll start to walk our hands towards the center and fold. Now we'll come onto hands and knees. So position yourself in a way so you're on the mat, not like me. You can pad up if you like, if that feels good to you. Stacking the wrists beneath the shoulders, stacking the knees beneath the hips. Maybe you sway back and forth as you just settle in here, pressing into the palms and all 10 fingertips, tops of the feet on the floor. Sway the hips, get comfortable. And then we'll breathe through a cat-cow pose. So inhale, really press into the floor with the palms. Lift the tailbone, sink the belly, open the shoulders, and lift the gaze for cow pose. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, hollow out the abdomen, and then release the head between the shoulders for cat pose. Inhale to lift the tailbone, drop the belly, broaden the collarbones, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, rounding out the spine, and send the gaze to the thighs or the navel. Keep moving with your breath, inhaling to lift everything, starting with the tailbone, and then curling in, emptying out for cat pose. Inhale, really be dramatic here, like you're scooping your head forward, and then exhale, feel the ripple in the spine, like a wave coming into cat pose. If it feels nice to you to add any gestures, like tucking your toes and then sending your hips back to one heel and the other, do whatever feels good for you in this moment. When you come up to arch, really feel navel to spine here. Again, letting that awareness dance around the mid-body. The next time you inhale, come to a neutral spine. We'll stretch the right leg long behind us and just roll back and forth on the balls of foot. Rolling out the ankle. And then eventually lift that leg and roll out the ankle this way, crunching the toes, pointing the toes. Keep that leg lifted, pour weight in the right hand, lift the left arm by the ear. Pressing that right heel back in space, you know where we're headed. We'll inhale to lift everything, feel the energy through the fingertips, out through the right heel, and then exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbow to touch, crunching in. Inhale to lift up and expand. Exhale, crunching inward, knee to elbow. Really use the core here. So you can tell I'm trying to use my core and talk at the same time. So rather than, again, just expanding and coming inward, let it begin with the center and then move outward. Exhaling to crunch. Inhaling to reach. Let's all bend once more, arching that spine, and then inhale, expand, lifting up. Exhale, release the hand back to the mat and the knee back beneath the hip. Sway the hips out here. Feel it. And then we'll stretch that left leg out long behind us, rocking back and forth on the ball of the foot. Lift the left leg. Squeeze the toes, point the toes. Shoulders away from the ears. Flex the foot, send energy out through that left heel, and then inhale the right arm by the right ear. Feeling this opposite of energies, pulling forward, crown of the head forward, and the heel pressing back. Inhale to lift, exhale crunch, knee to elbow. Inhale to lift, expand, really pressing outward. Exhale to crunch. Staying with the whole breath, finding that ujjayi wherever it helps you, that jai breath, victory breath. Use it as a vehicle to guide through your practice today. Again, letting it center and gather at the core, and then using the exhales to expand through the limbs. Let's crunch once more. And then inhale to lift everything. Exhale, bring it back to the earth. Then we'll walk our hands out about a handprint forward, tuck the toes, and lift the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Oh, my hamstrings are so sore. I don't know about you, but really press those inner thighs back behind you and the heels back and down to feel a good stretch here. Maybe pedal out the feet to focus on one leg. Maybe it feels good to just stay still, spinning those triceps into towards the ears. This opens the armpits, which opens the chest. Excuse me. Breathe here in Ardha Mukha Svanasana. We'll rise to the balls of the feet. Bend the knees slightly and then take a stroll to the top of the mat. Slow stroll. Folding deeply in half once you arrive. Folding into ragdoll. Grabbing opposite elbows or opposite wrists. Letting the weight fall out of the crown of the head and into the balls of the feet. Maybe you grab your wrist, retrieve your wrist behind your legs. Pull yourself in tight, really folding at the hips with a slight bend in the knees. Excuse me. Release whatever you're holding onto and slowly roll up to stand. Positioning your feet wherever you like them. Once you arrive at the head last, roll the shoulders up, back, and down in Tadasana, mountain pose. Feel strong here. Close your eyes. Look at yourself through your eyelids. See yourself clearly. Stand strong, not letting any wind or any breeze knock you down. Feeling, again, that foundation through the feet. Let the awareness rise from your calves, kneecaps to your thighs. Tilt that tailbone down so it's pointing at the toes. Tilt the pelvis upward. Feel like you're cinching the hip points together as you zip up through the midline. Drop the shoulders and open the arms. Open the palms towards the front of the mat. Breathe here. We'll inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Palms press overhead, gaze lifts. Exhale, dive through the midline. Fold deeply in half, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, palms to shins, neck soft, gaze towards the floor. Exhale, bend the knees and step it back to a high plank. Firing up here, feeling the shoulder blades spread across the back. Really spread the fingertips wide and press those heels back so that the glutes can drop a little. You're not pressing them up. And then we're gonna ground the left knee and pivot the right foot outward so it's off of the mat. And then we'll spin onto the inner right foot. So we're in this side plank, the supported side plank. And then when you find balance, liberate that right arm towards the sky. Nice. Maybe you walk that left hand out a little past your shoulder, whatever is comfortable for you. And then stay here, or maybe lift that right leg. Flex a foot, again, sending that energy out of the heel. Stay here, if this feels good, firing up that core. Or bend the lifted leg and retrieve the ankle or foot with the right hand. If you do that, press that shin back as you beam the heart forward. Feel the left rib spinning up towards the sky, really opening up here. Then we'll release the leg, keep it lifted, either grab it or step it towards the top of the mat, grounding the right foot and pivoting back on to the mat with the left leg. So we're in a low lunge. That's our goal. Nice. You can keep that knee grounded with the toes tucked or untucked. And then we'll inhale, lift the arms up by the ears. And then inhale, face the sky. Let your back arch here as you press that right shin forward and sink the top of the left thigh to the mat. Feel fluid here, and then exhale, ground the left palm to the mat, bring the right hand to the left thigh. I like to untuck my toe, and then I'll spin, pivot the left ribs to the right thigh, liberate that right arm to the sky for a twist. Stay grounded or tuck the toes to lift that back leg. Pressing the right hip back, that left hip, top of the thigh forward. Breathing here. And then exhale, lower, frame the front foot with the right hand. Step it back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward to a high plank pose. Pressing the heels back. Descend knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Ashtha Pranam. Keeping the hips high in this awkward caterpillar shape. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. We'll inhale, press into the palms, lift the chest, untuck the toes, squeeze the elbows towards the midline for baby cobra. Then exhale, over the toes, tuck the chin, hips high, downward facing dog. Feel it out here. And then we'll inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, land with a long spine, hands to shins. Exhale, 3.5. Inhale, bend the knee, rise all the way up. Palms press overhead. Exhale, hands into the heart. Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms press overhead. Exhale, fold deeply in half. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Broaden the collarbones, soften the gaze. Exhale, plant the palms, bend the knees, step it back to high plank. Breathing here. We'll lower that right knee, pivot the foot outward so it's off the mat, roll onto the inner left foot, and come up to the supported side plank. Sorry, my back is too now. Again, you can walk that hand out a little further, right hand out a little further if that's more comfortable, if it doesn't feel like your shoulder's in your ear. Lift up here through the left fingertips, and then maybe you lift that left leg. Flexing the foot, sending energy out of the heel. Stay here or bend the knee, capturing the ankle or foot with the left hand. Really press that shin back as you press the chest forward and up, spinning the gaze towards the sky. Breathe here for one more breath. And then again, navel to spine, step that. Let's ground the left hand first and then step the left hand by the left thumb. Sorry, I should have said that last time. So we're in again this low lunge. Maybe you walk that right knee out behind you. Arrive here, land here, stay present. Try not to move forward, thinking about what's coming next. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up to frame the ears. Sinking that right hip, top of the thigh towards the mat. Pressing firmly in all four corners of that left foot. Feel the side body really stretch and then arc it up and back. Flowing here, exhale. Lower the right hand, bring the left hand to the thigh. Spin the right ribs towards the thigh, and then inhale, lift that left leg or left arm towards the sky. Nice. For this twist, you could stay here or tuck the back toes to lift that hip out of the leg. Nice. Exhale, lower, frame the front foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward to a high plank. Now you can continue to lower with your knees in Ashtanga Pranam, or next time you exhale, lower halfway, bending at the elbows, keeping everything in line. Inhale, scoot the chest forward for upward facing dog. Exhale, lower the shoulders, heart rises for downward facing dog. Beautiful, breathe here. Coming back inward, back to your breath, feeling it wash over your body. Rise to the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look past your thumbs, step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat, landing with a long spine, collarbones spread, hands to shin. Exhale, fold, bending deeply at the waist. Inhale with a slight bend, lift yourself all the way up, root to rise for Tadasana, hands overhead. Exhale, hands into prayer. We'll bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms up by the ears for Utkatasana, chair pose. Lift the heart, fingertips reaching, but sink deeper into those sit bones. Nice. Your knees are not touching, then your feet are not touching. You want the knees to track right over the toes. Maybe you peek down. Make sure you see that big toe, pouring weight in the heels. Beautiful. Find the core, come back to the center. Then exhale, hands of the prayer, straighten the legs and fold deeply in half. Inhale, halfway up, pressing those thighs back. Exhale, bend the knees, step it back, lower your way with the knees or without Chaturanga Dandasana, or inhale to scoop the chest forward. Nice for baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the right leg back and up, squaring the hips towards the earth, toes face the floor. Exhale, knee to nose, plant the foot next to the right thumb. Ground that back heel, face forward, lift up for warrior one. You want heel space or heel to heel alignment. Press forward with that right shin, lift that right hip out of the thigh. Reaching up, you're pivoting forward, so you want to be a squaring towards the front. You don't want your hips too square to the front, you don't want to bust out that knee, but a squaring feeling with the hips. Let the tailbone tuck towards the floor so that you're not flaring out the ribs. One more inhale here. Then exhale, hands in the prayer, open up for warrior two. You might have to shift the feet a little bit. Open the arms out to a T. Send the gaze over the right middle finger. Again, feeling all four corners of that right foot grounded and really pressing into that outer back foot. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, straighten the front leg. We'll let the right fingers tip the torso all the way forward, having the right hip cut in, and then lower the left hand, reach with the right hand, or lower the right hand, reach with the left hand, or Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. I'm sorry, friends, my right and lefts, whew. You're getting it. Beautiful, breathe here, again, expand. This is a time to feel expansive, to feel adventurous, searching for the truth in this Taurus season. Opening up through the collarbones, pressing firmly into that right foot. Begin to lift yourself all the way back up. Bend deeply in that front knee for warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame the front foot, then step it back and lower your way for your vinyasa. Wait for the exhale to lower. Inhale to lift the chest, spinning the inner thighs to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathing here. Inhale, lift the left leg back and up. Squaring the hips. Bend knee to nose, plant the left foot next to the left thumb. Ground that right foot, the right heel, face forward, lift up for warrior one. Really wrap those pinkies inward to spin the triceps towards the ears. Pressing that left shin forward, even in this pose, almost trying to get a 90-degree angle with the left knee, the front leg. Breathe here. Exhale, open up for warrior two. Hands into prayer, shift the feet, spin the torso to the right side. Or am I on the other side? Left side, sorry. Bring the arms out to a T, gaze over the middle finger. Beautiful. Relaxing the shoulders. Really anchoring that left thigh almost parallel to the floor. We'll straighten the front leg. Tilt forward. Let the left hand guide your torso. Down, right hand reaches, opening up for Utthita Trikonasana. Really feel the hamstring here. As you hug the muscle to the bone, feeling the integration between the hip and that femur bone. Feeling so expansive here in all directions. Press firmly into that right foot and let the right arm lift you all the way back up to warrior two. Breathe here, arrive here. And then we'll exhale, cartwheel the hands down, bring the front foot, step it back, lower your way, with or without knees, or go to a downward dog. Inhale to lift the chest forward, tuck the chin, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat, landing with a long spine, pressing those thighs back, relaxing, pointing the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Palms press overhead, exhale, hands into prayer. And then we'll bend the knees, sink the hips, and bring the arms up by the ears back to chair pose. Breathing here, tucking the tailbone down. Exhale, stand up, hands into prayer. Release them by your sides, and then step the left foot back behind you. Have, again, either heel to heel or heel space alignment here. You don't want to feel like you're on a balance beam. Have your left toes dialed towards the top left corner of your mat and your right toes facing forward. We'll bring our arms out to a T, flip the palms down, sweep the arms behind you, retrieving opposite elbows, opposite wrists, or maybe reverse prayer. Inhale, beam your heart forward, shift a little so your shoulders are framing the right leg, and then exhale, fold over the hips, chin to chest, endeavoring to get your nose to touch your chin or your shin, or your nose to touch your knee. Try to get your nose to touch your chin. Feeling this again in the hamstrings, but also with a back bend quality. So it's like a back bend in the upper body and a forward fold in the legs. This. Really breathing deeply here. I like to find my Ujjayi breath in this pose. Gather your hands to your hips. Lift up halfway. Put a little bend in your right leg and pour weight in your right foot. We're going to come to a balance pose. As you lift up, bring your left foot with you and let it plant somewhere on your right leg for tree pose. Maybe on your shin, maybe somewhere on your thigh. Find stability here and then bring your hands where you like them, either into prayer. Maybe you grow your branches and lift your arms up. Maybe you play with some goddess arms. Pressing that knee down and back. Again, you're not just floating here and standing here. You're finding all four corners in that right foot as you're pressing your knee, your left knee down and back, trying to level out the hips. So not only is your left foot pressing into your thigh, but your thigh is also pressing into your foot. Beautiful. Let's lower our hands into prayer and then bring the left knee forward so it's towards your chest. We're gonna fly through warrior three. It's a quick transition. So again, finding that stability in your center. Kick the heel back as you're lifting the heart through warrior three, and then slowly, with control, lower that left foot to a high lunge. Lifting the arms up by the ears, landing in this crescent lunge. We'll inhale to lift the heart, reaching through the fingers. Exhale, bend the left elbow and hook it outside of the right leg, bringing hands into prayer. For Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. Twisted side angle. Let your heart rise to your thumbs. Roll your shoulders away from your ears here. Tugging that right hip back, left hip forward. Sending your gaze over your right shoulder or up to the sky. Breathe here. Then we'll exhale, frame the front foot, lower the left leg, untuck the toes, and begin to walk that right foot behind the left ankle. So coming into pigeon pose, Raja Kapotasana. Grounding the shin, grounding the knee, pat up where is necessary, either beneath that right sitting bone. I like it under a blanket under my long leg, so under that left knee. If you need to walk that left knee back a little for extension, do that. Then begin to walk your hands out in front of you, folding over your shin. Melting here, relaxing here, but also staying present. Staying connected with that breath. Staying connected with your body. Not losing control, but letting it rest here. Breathing deeply. Feeling the outer right hip opening, letting anything release. Begin to walk your hands back towards your body, lifting your torso. Keep that right leg bent, tuck the back toe, and then ground that right glute and swing your left leg out in front of you. So the sole of the right foot is touching the left thigh, and we're in Janu Shirshasana. Let's sit up tall, frame the long leg. Inhale, sweep the arms by the ears, and then exhale, fold over that leg. Letting your hands fall wherever you like. Maybe try to keep this pose active. So flex that foot and wrap your hands around the foot, shin, or ankle, wherever they land, but stay active here. Really rounding the spine, feeling that lower back stretch. Breathing breath into the low back, the lumbar spine. Again, feeling that hamstring open up. And then slowly start to roll yourself back up. So we'll come out of this the same way we came in. We'll swing that left leg back behind us, crawl onto the palms of your hands, and then come into this plank pose. So we're back here once again. Press into the palms, and instead of this time, you can use the support with the knee and pivot the foot out. Or this time, roll onto the outer left foot, stacking the right foot on top, and again, walking that left hand a little forward. So you're coming into this high plank pose. Nice. Beautiful, Marta. Liberate the right arm open. Use the support of the left leg if you need to. And then stay here or lift that right leg. If you lift it, try to stack the foot on top of the shin or thigh, just like tree pose. Stay where you are, really focusing on the core. And then exhale, lower the right hand towards the ground and come into a down dog. Breathe here, feeling what you feel. That was just one side. Feel that. Like evil laugh. No, I'm kidding. Rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees. Step, look past your thumb. Step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, landing with a long spine. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms press, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands into prayer. Release them by your sides. Coming back to your breath. We'll step the right foot back about 3.5 feet, as you can see. We'll again dial the right toes towards the top right corner of the mat. Keep the left toes forward. Bring your arms out to a T. Spin the thumbs down and then sweep the arms behind you, grabbing opposite elbows or opposite wrists. Beam the heart forward. Frame the long leg. Exhale, fold. Parsavottanasana, pyramid pose. Beautiful. This pose is, you can feel as soon as you start folding. Depending on how much you want to feel today, keep bending deeply at the hips. Or stay where as soon as you feel it. As soon as you feel it, stop there. Let's pour weight into that left foot. Bring the hands to the hips. Slightly bend that left knee. And then lift yourself all the way up, bringing the right foot with you and planting it somewhere on your left leg. Shin or thigh for tree pose. Using this control, using this inner balance. Bring your hands to prayer or reach them up by your ears. Arrive here and then really be present. Really feel that knee, the right knee, pressing down and back. Pressing that, for me, the right hip hikes up. So maybe you need to press that hip down, which causes the foot to press into the thigh. Again, press that thigh back. Feeling all of the engagement, feeling as sturdy as you would in Tadasana. Inhale here. Then slowly bring that, lift the right knee towards the chest, hands into prayer, and we're gonna shift through that warrior three. Imagine yourself going there, and then slowly tilt the torso forward and kick that right heel back. Let your arms come by your ears or have them swing them beside your body. Stay as long as you like, and then slowly with control, land in a high lunge. Sweep the arms up by the ears. Press that left shin forward. Lifting through the chest, tucking the tailbone. Exhale, bend the right elbow and hook it outside of the left thigh. Hands into prayer and twisting here for Parvrita Parsvakonasana. Heart to thumbs. Right heel pressing back in space. Feeling the inner and outer heel pressing back. Tugging that left hip back, right hip forward. Breathe here. Really finding the steady, the support in the quadricep. Nice. We'll unwind, frame the front foot, and walk that left foot towards the right wrist. ground the back knee as you ground the left shin, untuck the toes, and shift into Rajan Kapotasana. Look back, make sure that right leg is coming straight out of the hip. Walk it back if you need, and walk your hands forward and fold. Nice, I love that option. Of course, taking a figure four is a great option. Lying on your back and crossing an ankle over your thigh. Again, melting here. Trying not to hover and to surrender. This is an active pose in the hip, but more of a resting pose in the upper body. Filling the body with breath. These are the moments to notice and to feel the vitality. Stirring up so much awareness and breath in the mid-body. Let it spread. You're going to walk your hands back, lift that torso, and sweep that right leg out and forward as you ground that left glute. Letting the left sole of the foot press into the right thigh. We'll lift ourselves up by pivoting on our hands. We'll frame the shoulders to frame that. We'll square the shoulders toward the long leg and then fold forward. Again, making this pose active, flexing that right foot and retrieving whatever you're holding onto to feel that low back. That energy, awareness, and vitality there. It's doing a lot of support, however, when we're sitting over all day, just hunched in a certain position, really stretch it out and feel it right now. Chin to chest, start to roll yourself back up. We'll swing that right leg back behind us. Plant the palms, tuck the right toes, and step that left foot back to plank. Here we go, firing up here. Start to roll onto that outer right foot, stacking the left hip over the left foot over the right foot, pouring weight into that right hand, and then inhale to lift that left arm up. Really pressing that right hip up. Nice, firing up those obliques. Let's lift the left leg if we're feeling the balance. Pressing through the heel, stay here or bend the knee and plant the foot somewhere on that right leg, just like tree. Awesome. Let's come back, ground that left foot, walk your feet back, come to downward facing dog. This is your last option to vinyasa, so feel free to take that or breathe in down dog. Nice. Exhale over the toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Nice. Let's all lower the knees to the mat. Keeping the toes tucked, sit back on your heels. I feel bad. I just am realizing as I'm looking at myself, I look like a silhouette. I hope you guys can see me okay. Good. A lot of you aren't looking at me, which is amazing. You're really tuning in. So we'll come to the seat. So we're gonna come to a back bend on our shins. I would recommend to pad up beneath the knees. If you can, if you feel fine without anything, then that's perfectly fine as well. We'll come to stand on our shins. Let's swim the arms behind us and place the palms at our low back with the fingers facing up. You can see my silhouette fingers. We'll open the chest, beam the heart forward, start to scan the ceiling or sky with your eyes and lean back as you shift the hips forward. You can let your head go, release it behind you. With your toes tucked, maybe you release your hands to find your heels. So you're in Ustrasana, camel pose, either variation. Beautiful. Keep pressing the hips forward, rounding the back. And if you release your hands to come out of that, replace your hands back to your low back and then lift up. Nice. Let's sit back on our heels. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Feel what you feel. Notice anything without judgment. We're going to do that one more time. If you're not feeling up for it, it's totally fine. It's really intense. You can come to a child's pose, take a counteract on the spine. Knees wide or together. Together, you will get a bigger stretch in the low back. If you're doing that again, let's come back to our shins. Bring our hands back to our low back, fingers facing the shoulder blades. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, beam the heart forward, press the hips forward as well. Start to tilt your head back. Stay here or release the hands. Oh, I have my toes untucked. Release your hands to your ankles or heels. Squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Beautiful. Stay as long as you'd like. Recline your hands back to your low back to come out. Shift forward and then come back on your heels to feel that. Nice. If we're in child's pose, let's come back. You can shift onto your shins, but we're gonna actually pivot our legs so that pivot your feet towards the right. Keep the left knee bent where it is, and then we're gonna swing the right leg around. So we're crossing like this in Gomukhasana. So ground the right sole of the foot outside of the left knee. So it's somewhat similar to what we started out with. Without the foot in front of it, it will be in next to us. I hope that makes sense. We'll sit up tall here. Bring the left arm out to a T. And then wrap it around that foot again. You can wrap it or hook the elbow outside of the thigh. And come into this twist. Sending your gaze over the right shoulder. Pivoting up on that or those right fingers or the hand, wherever it falls. But lifting up. Neutralizing the spine after an intense back bend. We'll unwind. Unwind the feet. Bring the legs out long in front of you. We'll sweep the arms by the ears, flex the feet, and then exhale, fold over your legs for Paschimottanasana. Leave us a stretch to the east. Stretch to the east pose. Really round the back here. We'll roll ourselves back up. Bend the right knee in towards, so the heels towards the glutes. Bend the left knee and place the sole of the foot outside of the right thigh. I have to speak really slowly so I get my left and right correct. Lift up. Bring the left hand behind you to pivot up. Bring the right arm out to a T. And wrap it around the left leg, spinning the torso to twist to the left. Nice. Maybe you hook the right arm on the knee for a deeper twist. We'll unwind everything, unwind the feet, bring the legs long out in front of you. Sit up tall. Bring the arms out like zombie hands, and then slowly roll your back all the way down, coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Of course, layer up how you like. Roll a blanket beneath your legs if that feels kind. Doing whatever will allow you to sink in this moment. Doing what feels kind to your body in this moment. Letting the spine stretch long across the mat. Feeling each vertebra on the earth. Beginning to lengthen your exhales, lengthen your inhales. Finding the space of surrender to the earth, as if Mother Earth herself is swaddling you. Eyes closed, jaw soft, face soft, relaxing the eyebrows, relaxing any tension in the hands or fingers or the toes. Finding stillness. Awaken your body. Peel yourself out of the swaddle. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Feel the breath washing over your body. Begin to bend one knee and then the other in towards the chest. And fall towards your right side into a fetal position. Then begin to build your way back up to a comfortable cross-legged position. If you can, keep your eyes soft or heavy or closed as you make your way there. Relax your shoulders. Sit up curvy and tall. Notice your state of mind and how you feel compared to how you felt when you first arrived here. Let's gather our hands in heart center. Lift the heart, bow the head. Feel this energy through the palms, through the speakers, through our voices. Feeling interconnected by closing out this practice with this one single Om. Let's inhale together. Lift the base of the thumbs to the third eye. Lean your head back. Try to remember during these times to slow down. Enjoy the small things. Be present and live with intention. On your exhale, fold forward, grounding the fingers to the earth, sealing in your practice. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.